Well, hello again, and welcome to this week's episode of Lainey Psychoanalyzes Stuff. I'm your host, and in this episode, we're going to be dissecting elements of social emotions in mainstream media. But Lainey, what does that mean? I'm glad you asked. First things first, we're going to have to establish welfare trade-off ratio, or WTR. This is the measure of how much you value a relationship with someone versus how much they value that relationship with you. Welfare trade-off ratio can answer questions like the following. Is the cost of this relationship worth the perceived benefits? Is this relationship mutually reciprocated? How much should I be investing in this? Am I being taken advantage of? Etc. Now, when I say relationship, I do not mean merely romantic involvements. The welfare trade-off ratio is relevant to any and every human interaction, and these all fall on the spectrum. So, if your welfare trade-off ratio is at a 1, that means that you value the other person equally as much as you value yourself. If the number is less than 1, that means that you value this person less than you value yourself. An example of this would be strangers, coworkers, and probably 90% of the people that you're following on social media. If the number is greater than 1, that means you value this person more than you value yourself. An example of this might be your child. Hi, Mom. Now, any given relationship will have 2 WTRs. These are the expected WTR number and the observed WTR number. There's obviously room for conflict if these numbers don't add up. Discrepancies can be due to a true mismatch, or sometimes it's just a mere signaling error or miscommunication. Now, this is where social emotions come into play. These emotions act as signals to bring the expected WTR and the observed WTR into alignment. There are 4 social emotions: pride, anger, shame, and gratitude. These first 2 are indicators that the other person should have valued us more. The second 2 are indicative that we should have valued the other person more. Would it help to see these in action? All 4 social emotions can be seen in the film classic, The Holiday. Let's take a look.
Just like you knew they would. Amanda, you know how I feel about you. There's nobody like you. You just don't want to be what I need. Well, not what I need. I mean, you know what I mean.
You know, I would never cheat on you, not under any conditions.
Neither would I, okay? I mean, look at me. I'm down here sweating like a pig, and look at you. I mean, you're the only woman on the face of the earth who breaks up with her boyfriend and doesn't even shed a tear. I mean, that's gotta mean something, right?
Why does it bug you so much that I can't cry? Oh.
Right off the bat, we see Ethan trying to manipulate his girlfriend Amanda into feeling shame. This emotion is often prompted by the awareness of a discrepancy in WTRs. Shame may be followed by remorse or reconciliation, but always includes cues that there should be an observable increase in the WTR of the shamed party. In this scene, Ethan is trying to reverse engineer the use of shame. If he can point out all of Amanda's flaws and thus induce her to feel shame, it will prevent the spotlight from shining on him and the shame that he should be feeling. However, this tactic backfires, as we will see in the next scene.
You gotta be...
Amanda was not interested in the shame game, and thus responded in anger. This is another social emotion. Anger indicates that the other party miscalculated the WTR and that slight was not appreciated. Here, Amanda expressed that through physical force.
Iris,
In the movies, we have leading ladies, and we have the best friend. You, I can tell, are a leading lady, but for some reason, you're behaving like the best friend.
You're so right. You're supposed to be the leading lady of your own life, for God's sake. Arthur, I've been going to a therapist for 3 years, and she's never explained anything to me that well. That was brilliant. Brutal, but brilliant. Thank you.
In this scene, Iris has a breakdown in front of her neighbor, Arthur. In her state of vulnerability, he responds really well. He holds her heart gently and provides her with words of affirmation. This prompts Iris to respond with gratitude, a third social emotion. Her thankfulness affirms her ever-increasing confidence and value in their friendship.
Okay, this is it for real.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep.
Little Arthur and the Knights. Right? It's cheeky.
It sounds like him.
I also wrote one that sounds like you.
You did?
Iris, if you were a melody. I used only the good notes.
It gets me every time. Although he's being humble in his presentation, Miles is exhibiting the social emotion of pride. In this scene, he's showing off that he is responsible to follow through on his end of the project, that he has musical skills, that he has attention to detail, and that he has a low-key crush on Iris. I mean, who wouldn't, right? He's basically peacocking. This is a subtle execution of pride that inevitably will increase Iris's welfare trade-off ratio of him and ultimately play into Miles' overall reproductive success in the future. That's a different video for a different day. Well, there you have it, folks. The 4 social emotions. Keep your eyes out for them. I appreciate you tuning in to The Lainey Show. I hope that these videos have increased your welfare trade-off ratio of me in your eyes. Bye.